They're here. They're here. Oh, just keep it. Oh, keep it together. Keep it together, Minty. Oh, you just need to inform Queen Clara about everything. Oh, I wasn't expecting them here so soon. There we are. Oh no, the stairs. Of course, it's the stairs. Up the stairs, up the stairs. Your Majesty, Queen oh, well, she's up another floor. This is trouble with cats. There's too many freaking steps. Your Majesty, Queen Clara. Just give me a minute. What? Who am I? Who am I? Your Majesty, I am Minty, your most loyal advisor from the land of sweets, otherwise known as Candyland. How can you not recognise me? I've been a loyal servant for all this time. Oh, don't be silly, Your Majesty. You're such a joker. Of course you're Queen Clara. And today is a most important day for you. You know why that is? Or at least I hope you do. Because they're here. Of course you don't. Right. Oh boy, that's the time. Okay, how best to say the most amount of information in such a little amount of time? Well, today's the day that you are hosting advisors and potential suitors from different lands across the many realms that we have. You, Queen Clara, will accommodate each one and choose the ones who will be forwarded for suitors and for advisory guests. For this Yuletide season, you see. Oh yes, we've got representatives from all over, which we went through a couple of days ago, Your Majesty. So if you don't mind, could you hurry up and get dressed? No pressure, but huge amounts of pressure, if you know what I mean. I'm going to see if I can entertain them as best I can, because they're, as I said, here. Okay, you just get dressed, and I'll see you soon. You just you dress yourself in your most regal outfits, put your nice little crown on, sit in your throne when you're ready, and I will commence the festivities. All right, good. Of course, and back down the steps. Of course, we're going back down the steps now. Why didn't I make a little lift? A little minty-sized lift. That would be so useful. Oh, Your Majesty, thank goodness you're ready. I was really running out of material there. My entertaining talent is somewhat to be anyway, are you ready to begin? Oh, excellent. Will you just sit there in your throne, that's it, and I will announce the first of the advisors and suitors. It is up to you, of course, which one you choose to be your suitor, but all of them, for the sake of argument, are advisors, so I'll get along with it. Right, if you'll excuse me. From the woodland realm, His Royal Highness, the Prince Ivan, the Nutcracker himself, accompanied by his toy soldier brigade.
Yes, attention. Yes. Thank you, Sergeant. Oh, Your Majesty. It is a great pleasure to meet your acquaintance finally. I must say the details of your beauty have exceeded even my wildest expectations. You are far more beautiful than I have, could have possibly known. Oh, they did not tell me you had a sense of humor as well. You are a funny queen. You're a very funny queen. I'll start trying to think of ways to capitalize on that. So, I know I only have a little bit of time to meet your acquaintance before the festivities begin a little later, including the dinner, as your dear advisor, Minty, has told me. I have never met anyone from the land of sweets before. Most of my people call it Candyland, but when I mentioned this to Minty, he seemed a little offended, so I try my best to accommodate anyone from lowborn to royal. Having been, working for most of my life as a lowborn, I was suddenly given this opportunity to be a prince. Oh, I see. Well, perhaps you could save me a dance a little later, funny queen. Oh, I would be honored. I do a pretty mean waltz, I will say. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Details of your beauty, as I have said, have not been exaggerated. I do hope if my toy soldier brigade can be of any use, I will send them in your direction. The woodland realm. Oh, it is a beautiful place, Your Majesty. Full of pine trees, natural foods, forests, which is coincidentally where I was carved from the finest pine. Most of the toy soldiers were, from the mines, as they mined for metals like. Of course. Oh no, of course. I mean, you are, of course, the overall queen. I was merely saying. I'm not sure, but I was saying your beauty is slightly distracting, funny queen. But I do hope that we may sit together come dinner time, and we can talk more, if you so wish. That would be delightful, Your Majesty. Oh, Minty is giving me the signal. I think that means that the next advisor is due. But it was very lovely making your acquaintance, Queen Clara. I hope to see more of you as the festivities grow nearer. Goodbye for now, Your Majesty. Come, Sergeant, let's take our place.
Presenting His Royal Majesty, Val the First, the Rat King.
Hey, why the hell you say that there, player? I think I am entitled to a little more respect than that, since somebody thought it was a good idea to invite me, the Rat King, along to this little shindig.
Yes, of course. I do apologize, Your Majesty. The Rat King, Queen Clara, presenting.
That's better. So, you must be Queen Clara. Mwah. Delicious. Oh, I mean, beautiful. My name is Val the First, short for Valentino, the Rat King. Yes, all would-be rodents and scum of the earth come to me for purpose, for a little more substance in their lives. You would be truly surprised at the number of individuals who desire some more than being treated like the scum they really are. So I give them the opportunity to be more than that. Oh, you should see my palace. Your Majesty. Lots of little nooks and crannies to scurry into whenever you're caught short. So many entertaining things to occupy your mind. 'Cause that's what it all boils down to. Boredom. Why anyone ever does anything, Your Majesty. Take this thing, for example. It is out of sheer, unadulterated boredom. You desired some company, maybe even finding a suitor. But you did it purely out of boredom, I guarantee. You would not wish to spend every day, every moment by yourself, doing nothing. So what do? We find purpose. We find things to do to entertain ourselves. Like when we were waiting in the guest suite with all the other suitors. You know what I did to entertain myself? Well, one of your, maids just happened to be in the vicinity, so I merely propositioned her with a offer she could not refuse. She was only too happy to give, 10 minutes of her time. I was a little disappointed she couldn't last longer than 10 minutes. Oh, a snowball fight. I always wanted to have one outside of Christmas Palace. But it didn't last 10 minutes before she started whining about, I don't know, being hit in the face with an ice block or some crap, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll challenge you to a snowball fight. Anytime, Your Majesty. I will see you at dinner. I do hope you have plenty of meat. I'll see y'all later, Your Majesty. Don't forget about Val now. See you later.
Ooh, Queen Clara, Your Majesty, just between us, do you mind if we not invite the Rat King next year? Just between us, he scares me a little. I have a feeling that when he mentioned a maid, I have a feeling that it did not involve a snowball fight as he led on. I think that it was a euphemism for something. Oh yes, sorry, the presentation. Who have we got next? There we go. Presenting His Royal Majesty the King. Presenting His Royal Highness the King of Winter, Gorm, King Gorm, the King of Winter.
Your Majesty, I am honored by your presence. Forgive me. I can only ever make anyone cold. Much like Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Listen, Your Majesty, I came here because I sought companionship this festive season. Maybe not that kind of companionship, but perhaps within the realms of just maybe friendship, perhaps. Well, during this festive time, a lot of people suffer from the same ailment that I do. Loneliness. Many people do not have friends or family to speak of this holiday. And, well, yes, Your Majesty, I am indeed one of these people. Why? Believe me, Your Majesty, you will know soon. You will know very soon. But winter, by its definition, is a very lonely time in itself. Whereas spring, autumn, and summer are merely transitional phases, winter is a time for true transformation. The true chrysalis for a new beginning. Much like the butterfly, you know? Yes. Oh, I'm sure you do not understand. I do apologize, Your Majesty. Allow me to explain. The transitional phases of spring, autumn, and summer merely prepare the world for a transitional phase. But in reality, they are preparing for the bitter cold that sleeps, makes everything sleep. Much like when you go to bed at night, winter is like the bedtime of the entire world. A time for sleep and rejuvenation. A time for true transformation. New beginning. And I, as the King of Winter, bring about that change. I have changed in more ways on my journey than you could possibly imagine, Your Majesty. I will be prepared to accept whatever happens in our conversations. Perhaps we will indeed talk as more than friends. But I will say that it is not why I have come here, Your Majesty. I seek only good company friendly conversation, and perhaps a cup of hot cocoa. Well, as you can imagine, it is a very cold job as well. Oh, of course. I am not like the, what is the action figure? Superman with his kryptonite. Hot cocoa is not my kryptonite. Well, maybe a few of those cupcakes that your advisor kept offering us may be one of my kryptonites, as I ate the entire dish. I just simply could not stop. They were so delicious. They just... Anyway, forgive me. I hope that this meeting of ours in this festive season will lead us to be better acquainted. I look forward to anything that you have to say. Take care, Your Majesty, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye, for now.
I do feel sorry for His Majesty King Gorm. Being the King of Winter, as he says, I'm sure is very lonely. But still, have you given it thought, Your Majesty? We've seen 1, 2, 3... Well, 3. Do you think that you've been interested in any suitors yet? Interesting. All right. Well, there's still a few more to go. I'm sure that you'll manage to find someone. But I have a feeling that these next two are merely here for visiting. I don't want to deal with the legal ramifications if you decide to choose this one as a suitor. But presenting Soldier Bear, emissary of Toyland, and his companion, Rosie Dollface. Dollface?
Dollface? Oh dear. My dear chap, yes. I believe Dollface is her last name. Is it? Yes, it is. She's nodding at me.
Oh, well, come on up and say your piece. As emissaries, it isn't quite the same procedure for you. Are you by royal blood, perchance?
Oh dear. I've never really given it much thought before. I am a general, but I've never really given much thought to being a royal before. The people of Toyland elected me to represent them. I do hope that's enough, Queen Clara. Your Majesty, it's very nice to meet you.
Is that Queen Clara? She's pretty.
I do apologize, Your Majesty. We aren't usually
Oh, did I say something wrong? I'm so sorry.
No, Rosie. Oh, dear. Rosie, do come back. Please come back. Rosie Dollface, please come out from under that tablecloth.
But I feel ridiculous now.
You aren't ridiculous. You didn't say anything bad. You just said something that not many people say at formal meetings and oh dear. Your Majesty, what would you call this meeting that we're having right now? A gathering. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, you just said something people don't usually say at gatherings and things like that. So please, Rosie, please come out. That's it. Good girl. I do apologize, Your Majesty. She isn't normally this nervous, but meeting someone of your radiance and your splendor, I'm sure, made her very nervous. I myself am very nervous, to be perfectly honest. Come, my dear, say your piece. You've been rehearsing it so well. Please, don't put all that hard work to waste.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
That's it, Rosie. You did very well. Did she, Your Majesty? Oh, good. You see, even the Queen thinks you did a good job. All right. You wait behind, and I will speak to Queen Clara if you're that nervous, all right? She can't even speak now. Go on. I do apologize, Your Majesty. Not all the toys of Toyland are, brave. I myself don't consider myself very brave, but I was one of the very few soldier bears, and I was among one of the oldest in Toyland. At 85 years old, I think that, well, I was a natural choice for their vote. Am I a ruler? Oh dear me, I never thought of myself as a ruler. I merely fixed broken toys. Tried to fix them. If a spring went loose inside of them, or they lost an arm like me, then I did my best to fix them. I don't think I did anything that heroic. I just simply did what needed to be done. But I guess the other toys of Toyland saw something greater in me. I certainly didn't see it there myself. But it is good that they respect me this much. I do feel humble with that. Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I don't think that, you are very beautiful and your radiance is overwhelming, but I don't think that, I would be a very good suitor for you. I couldn't do many of the procedures that a suitor would normally be expected to. Is it warm in here? Oh dear, maybe it's the uniform. But still, I don't think that I would be a very good suitor. So if it's all the same with you, would you mind if we just stuck to being very, very good friends, and perhaps we could help each other out? If you have anyone in your kingdom who needs a last-minute toy for Christmas, I'm sure one of my friends would be more than happy to accommodate. That's what we do, after all. It is a very busy time for us at this Yuletide festivity. At Yuletide festivities such as this, Your Majesty, it is a very important time for us toys. We need to make sure that Father Christmas is kept abreast of our situation, and that we are happy to go with the boy or girl that he selects us to go with. Oh yes, we have a very important job, Your Majesty. That's why a representative of Toyland needed to be present at these Yuletide festivities. I agree, Your Majesty. I think that this is the start of a brilliant friendship. I will let Rosie know. Thank you for inviting me along. And of course, Rosie. I will see you a little later, Your Majesty.
Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll make sure the toys are well taken care of. They look like they've been through a lot. So, we'll be as gentle as possible with the festivities for them, eh? Of course, Your Majesty. And finally, His Highness Prince Ryan of the Land of Amusements, which I didn't actually know was a thing. All right, presenting His Highness Prince Ryan.
All right. I've never been to a royal shindig before. Oh, I didn't know you were in here. I thought this was like the welcoming atrium before I met you. Your Majesty, I am so sorry. I thought that you were in the next room. I didn't think that you would see that embarrassing outburst from me. It will not happen again. Your Majesty, you're too kind. I've made a right burk of myself. Your Majesty, it's a great pleasure to meet you. Mwah. Your beauty is beyond compare. I've seldom saw a star with more radiance and beauty than you have. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job, am I? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. These words just don't come natural to me. I'm all for a nice shindig, have a bit of fun, have a bit of a chat. But I don't know, giving compliments, it's. I only want to be genuine when I say compliments to people, Usually love and hate are very strong words for me, and, I'd like that to reflect in my language, Oh, yes, the land of amusements. Full of rides and roller coasters and merry-go-rounds and a lot of cogs that go wrong all the time. The only reason they elected me as their electoral prince, representative, was because I could fix the buggers, Yeah, I was the only one qualified to actually have the mechanical know-how to fix them. Whenever a horse wouldn't work on a carousel, they always got me to fix it. Whenever the Ferris wheel broke down, they always got me to go inside the mechanics and pick out a cog and replace a motor. All very complicated work, Your Majesty, but the land of amusements does have its fun sides. It's full of very fun people, all ready and willing to have a thrill-seeking adventure. Yes, it's very cog and wire and all that based, There's even a ride that I invented myself. Oh yeah, it actually allows you to fly. Yeah, you've heard of a roller coaster. I call this my flyer coaster. Yeah, I might have to work on the name of that. But still, I think you'd enjoy it. The land of amusements is always welcome to you. Who knows? Maybe we might even host a special event there. We do have a pretty swell-looking palace-themed ride. I suppose we could replace the forward cogs and make way for a little dining hall and maybe replace the forward capacity motors and... Sorry, Your Majesty. When I get into technical speak, there's no stopping me. A what? A what? A Suda. I've never really thought about it before. I guess if we get to know each other a little, have a nice drink, have some... have some food, have some wine, having a little dance, right, a little party. I guess we'll find out. But I guess there are a lot more good-looking fellas in here than me. Just take a look at that cold bugger. He's got a long braid going down his back. He's got a magnificent-looking beard, and he's the king. He's a king. I'm just a prince. He's the king of Winner. I'm just a guy who fixes things when things break. Kind of like that what's his name? Soldier Bear, General Bear, whatever his poxy name was. Well, he introduced himself to me and we had a lot in common, we like to fix things. Yeah, I like to fix things. I was always good at fixing things, ever since I was a little nipper. But I don't think you want to talk shop with me. I'll talk your ear off for hours, Your Majesty. So I'll just say cheery bye for now. Cheery bye. See you at the party and at dinner.
Well, he seemed like a charismatic character. That is about everyone on the list, Your Majesty. Would you like to... Oh, this isn't good.
I do apologize for interrupting the festivities, Your Majesty, but I was most distressed at not receiving an invitation. I am King Marcus.
The Nightmare King? But you weren't on the list. I mean, of course, you were on the list. Look, here it is. Yes, see, look, Marcus, right here. Yeah, you didn't see it? Oh, that's because I put the list away. Your Majesty, this is King Marcus, the Nightmare King.
I hope you don't mind, Your Majesty, but I decided to bring my loyal advisor myself. Mamorga, stop hiding in the shadows and come and say hello to this most beautiful queen.
Oh, of course, Your Majesty. I was merely observing the information before I made my appearance.
What is it that you want?
Well, I was rather hoping that it was an oversight on Her Majesty's behalf, as I heard that there was a Yuletide party and ball happening today, and as I said, I was most distressed about not receiving an invitation, and the House of Kincaid have been very good party givers. So I just assumed it was a mistake. So I decided to show up and say that there were no hard feelings. Your Majesty, I also hear that you're looking for a suitor. Most interesting.
Most interesting indeed.
I do hope you have a place, Mint of Candyland, that you have a place for my friend here. He has a rather bulky frame, as you can see.
Did you just call me a mint? It is Minty. Minty with a D.
Oh, I do apologize. Perhaps I should visit Candyland more often.
No, there's no need for that. I mean, you can. I mean, of course you can if you want to, but it won't be for it won't be the kind of place for you, Your Majesty. It's full of goodness and joy and sweets and candies and happiness, things like that. And there's a mint of the House of Minty. I make everything nice and fresh for people.
Well then, perhaps you could make things fresh for me to understand then. Minty.
Yes. So many faces to meet.
Easy now, Mamorga. We did not come here for threats. We came here for the festivities. After all, Christmas, a time of joy, of review, of things that we have experienced in the past year, and the things we look forward to in the future. And I have to say, Your Majesty, I am looking forward to the future myself. I don't believe, Mint, there was any one person after us, so perhaps you could make yourself scarce and useful and prepare dinner, perhaps?
Your Majesty, Queen Clara, would you like me to prepare dinner now that we have all of our guests? Very well, Your Majesty, I will commence with the Commencement of dinner. All right, you two, follow me. I'll show you to your seat.
You are too kind, Mint.
It's Minty, with a T. Your Majesty, you just join us at the head of the table in the next room whenever you're ready. Oh, this is going to be a long night with you two here.
I do hope that wasn't a threat, Minty.
It's Oh, you actually... Oh, of course not. I only like good dreams.
Well, in that case, it seems that you're overdue for a nightmare.
I mean, I have nightmares all the time. Nightmares all the time.